Welcome to this Boxing Beats special. We're each going to do 3 minutes on who we think will win the Usyk Dubois fight and why. And Rich, you're going first.
Okay, get ready with your counter to this. So I'm going for Usyk to win categorically, and I think he's going to win within the distance, probably between the ninth and 12th round with a stoppage. Now, the reason I'm going for this is Usyk is a fighter who has a proven track record of getting better every time he faces someone, whether that's during in the duration of a fight or whether it's the second time. He was better against Fury the second time. He was better against Joshua the second time. I expect Dubois to be better than he was the first time, but there's just too many levels there for Usyk, and I think he's going to not make light work of him, but I think he's going to go through him. He's spent what I've heard and I said in the main podcast was the 24 rounds he spent with Tyson Fury, that might make him an old man overnight. I think that's absolutely nonsense
Yeah,
because
I don't agree with that.
he's only going to get better. Fury's harder to hit. He's harder to avoid being hit by than Dubois, although he might not carry the same power. But it wasn't like he was beaten up in those fights. You know, it was quite certainly the second one felt for me quite comprehensive. He almost got rid of Fury in there. And then the other thing as well is that I think he's actually, and my mind's changed on this slightly since watching the press conference today, relatively rattled in that I think what the Dubois team, not Dubois because he can't string a sentence together, what the Dubois team have said about the low blow and about questioning, thou shalt not cheat and that, I think it's got relatively, not personal, but I think he feels he's got a point to prove. And then looking at him at the press conference, he's there with a kind of smirk on his face, like, you guys, surely you know how this is going to go. It goes away every time I'm over here. You think it's going to be different, but you have nothing to back up why it's going to be different. I think he's more focused. I think he's, I say, pissed off with Don Charles and Don Charles's son, who appears to be Troy Deeney. Um, yeah, and I think even the fact that he's cut out his manager, there's no he's pure business, no distractions. He's there. He's kind of got a lean team. He's there to go. And he had the confidence to show up to a press conference dressed as John Travolta from Saturday Night Fever. And if that man isn't the man we all want as our unified champion of the heavyweight division, I don't know who is. So they're my reasons. Usyk is going to, yeah,
Late stoppage then?
late stoppage. He'll wear him down. I don't think Dubois will quit, but I think he'll just be, it's not going to be a no mass kind of like, I've had enough, but it's going to be relentless. He'll just be on him and Dubois will have nowhere to go and he'll just run out of steam.
Very good, sir. Well, that was quite a comprehensive explanation on why you think Usyk will win. So I'm going to
Yes.
go with mine then. I'm backing Dubois for the win.
Go on.
Um, and my logic is this. So get ready for this because there's quite a lot coming your way.
I'm ready.
I think he'll catch him.
Okay, gotcha. Sorry, do you know what? Bombs away.
Um, no, I'm completely going against my head on this one. I've watched a brilliant video by a guy called Wrath on YouTube yesterday, who did tactical analysis on Usyk's fight against Joshua and his fight against Fury, both of those fights. And he also did some tactical analysis on Dubois versus Joshua. And what was quite interesting from it was Usyk's got this tactic that he uses of putting his lead foot on the outside of his opponent, right,
Yeah.
which creates a smaller target. It makes him incredibly awkward. And it kind of blindsides them quite a bit because he takes out that side of that ability to attack. And the guy that did this analysis, this Raf guy, honestly, his analysis is absolutely brilliant if you're into this kind of stuff. He said not once did Tyson Fury ever manage to put his leg on the outside of Usyk, not once in 24 rounds. And I think Joshua did it one time.
Wow.
Um, and then the tactical analysis of Dubois versus Joshua, which is really interesting if you go back and watch it, was rough him up and cheat as much as you possibly can. And I don't know if you remember this, but Dubois was sticking his forearm right up in Joshua's neck and pressing his head back. There was a lot of time
Yeah,
Joshua was
yeah,
on the
yeah.
ropes. And then actually there's a few times where he took the glove and he pulled it down so the laces were getting roughed up on Joshua's face. Um, No, I still think Usyk is just there's roughing up, but there's been an intelligent boxer. And
Yeah,
I don't think anybody has managed to really, I don't think anybody's managed to fight their own fight against Usyk at any point. Maybe Tony Bellew gave the illusion that he was fighting his own fight, and he thought he was fighting his own fight for quite a long time until he
yeah,
realized this isn't my fight that I'm fighting at all
yeah.
anymore.
Well,
Uh,
I'd say Chisora's first 3 rounds, maybe, but
maybe, yeah, man,
then Usyk,
it's
then
so hard,
Usyk
so hard
did
to
what
take.
Usyk does.
But it's so hard to take the Chisora fight as evidence of anything because it was his second fight at heavyweight. It was just
Yeah,
it was nothing, and he's a
yeah,
big
yeah.
horrible lump, isn't he? My entire head says that Usyk is just too smart, too elusive, too intelligent. His ring generalship is just way better. I think he's got faster hands than Dubois. I think Dubois got a great jab. I think Usyk's got
He
faster
does,
hands.
doesn't he? I heard someone
Really good
comparing him
jab.
to like Larry Holmes the other day, and it's like, yeah, he's
Really
the
good
first.
jab. But then equally, I saw Dubois bothered numerous times by Usyk's jab. Didn't seem to like them at all. But just something in me, even though I also think that you said you think Usyk's rattled. I think Dubois is quite badly rattled now.
Yeah.
He was saying in the press conference, they were saying, you know, tell us about Don Charles saying Usyk's a cheat and he didn't want to talk about it or anything like that. He's
No.
cutting it all off. But like I said right at the start, I just think he might catch him. Just think he might
Uh,
catch him.
and you know what? As comprehensive as I was for Usyk and all, and all those reasons, I don't think, there's no argument against any of them. There's also no, what you said could happen, and that's why we love it, right? And the old cliche that's heavyweight boxing, but he could. I just I just don't think he will. I just don't think he
No,
will.
I mean, and also people don't catch him. You know,
Exactly. He's very good at not. He's made a career of not
you
being
know,
caught.
like what's the worst legal blow he's been hit with? You can't even pick one. They can't even pick. There isn't one. You know, maybe it's a
When,
Fury. Maybe it's a Fury
when I
shot.
look back at Fury and I look back at the Joshua fights, the eye-catching punches I think of have come from Usyk.
Yeah,
Even though he's not knocked any of them out, but
and the ones where people say he was a little bit rattled by that. He maybe took two backward steps. That's it.
yeah,
That's
exactly.
it.
Well, and that's me saying he's rattled this time. It's just because he looks slightly annoyed by the Troy Deeney looking at him.
I think, yeah. I mean, oh God, don't get me on that bloody Troy Dean. What's his name? That guy,
I don't even
absolute
know.
clown.
Yeah, yeah. Don Charles.
George Fox, I think, something like
Mm,
that.
mm,
Absolute weapon. They shouldn't even let him talk to him.
no.
He's got a terrible boxing record as well. That guy, awful.
Exactly. Where Usyk said that to him.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah.
you,
Go.
well,
What about your record? Don't worry about my record. Yeah,
don't
yeah,
worry about my
yeah.
Well, yeah, okay. There you go, mate. There you go. All
So
right.
that's it. All on the night now.
Let's see what happens, and we'll review our predictions, and yeah, let's see.
It's going to be the first fight that I've watched for quite a while where I'll be nervous throughout. Probably since you, Ben.
Yeah, I'm really excited. Really excited. Again, I don't. I like both fighters. I don't really care which way it goes.
I
Other than
do. Yeah, I
other
do.
than I want to be, other than I want to be right. Um, but I'd also love to see a Dubois knockout because that would just be, for,
Would you not get the same pleasure from seeing Dubois get knocked out?
um, yeah, yeah, I would. Either way, it'd be great because it feels like it's a definitive statement. It's either Usyk's. I feel like Usyk's kind of done either way in the nicest possible way. He knocks out Dubois, he goes, he gets knocked out. He's like, do you know what? I'm done.
But he said he's having one more fight, hasn't he?
Oh, is he?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. He said
fine.
two more fights, and this is one of them.
In which case, then Usyk's probably just going to do it on,
But
isn't he?
you could say that. I mean, however this fight goes, the manner of the end of this fight will probably determine whether he fights again or not.
Yeah.
I can't imagine if he gets
Do you know
knocked
what?
out and a rematch is off the table. Let's say he can't have a rematch and he gets knocked out. What's the point in another fight?
Do you know what it'll be? Fury's going to be at ringside, isn't he?
I would assume he's going to be there. I would assume he's going to be there.
Yeah, and Fury in the ring afterwards. That's what I don't want to happen.
Quite a few people want Dubois to win because they don't want to see you Fury 3.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I say I don't, but I'd be well up for him once it came about.
I,
And I'd convince myself
I,
Fury would win. This is the thing. I was. This is the reason I'm so hot on Usyk is because I've always been hot on Fury, and the fact Usyk did what he did to Fury twice. I just don't know how anyone, if they're both at their best, I don't see how Dubois can win it.
yeah, I will put the link to that RAF guy in the description because it's a really brilliant
Yeah,
tactical analysis and it's way deeper than I look at any fight ever. And even watching Dubois roughing up Joshua, I remember it on the night, but I'd since forgotten how sort of bad
yeah,
he was
how
for
good
it.
he was. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, yeah,
Well,
Joshua had never got a handle of it whatsoever. I mean, he never really got a chance to.
yeah.
But yeah, so everything in my brain says Usyk win, but I'll pick Dubois.
Going for Dubois.
I like to go for the underdog, so
Yeah,
let's do it.
yeah. I've thought Usyk's not going to do it too many times to yeah,
All right, me too. Me too.
maybe.
Hashtag me too, Rich.
Hashtag me too. There we go. Still fighting the good fight.